Hey, hey! Welcome to Sunny and Ratchet, your go-to spot for real talk and real laughs with your two favorite hosts who are spilling the tea, but not the wine.
Skies might be big, but the opinions are bigger. This is where you'll find your weekly dose of drama and magic, always served hot and slightly chaotic. I'm the one that likes to tell it like I see it.
And I'm the one who finds the silver lining, even if it's duct taped on.
We're just two women from the Midwest, one the ever optimist, and the other a realist, just trying to keep the train on the tracks.
So if you like gossip, world news, unsolicited advice, and good old-fashioned sarcasm, you're in the right spot.
Is this Sunny and Ratchet? Pull up a chair and let's get into it.
All right, guys, we're here, episode 1 of Sunny and Ratchet. Aren't you lucky that you get to witness this historic event?
Historic.
Yes. So, yeah, I'm Sunny.
I'm Ratchet.
And we were just kind of BSing one day and thought that a podcast would be a good idea because we crack each other up
all the time.
Yeah.
And we have so much to say and share.
Yeah.
So you're welcome again.
Yes, we are the gift.
And we'll keep giving too.
Oh, shoot. The way we came up with Sunny and Ratchet is that we have those relationships where one person tends to be more
assertive.
Yes, and the other tends to be more like, understanding.
Forgiving, nice.
Yes.
Golden heart.
You have one too, she's a feisty lady. And yeah.
But like we've all got Sunny, we've all got Ratchet, because she's got some Ratchet in her too.
Oh, I do. So here's my story where I almost went Ratchet.
I'm all ears.
Yeah. Okay. So I was driving home. I had picked up my granddaughter, Queen Bee. We were driving home, and my son, Speed Racer, he called. He's like, "Oh, can you pick me up something from famous burger place on your way home?" And I was like, "Hey, you know what? I'll order it for you because I've got tons of points. It'll be free, And so I did that while I was at a stoplight. I did not do it while I was driving. I was at a stoplight. Yes, drive safe. But the thing is, there's this burger joint very close to my house, but it looked at my location.
Oh,
and it sent it to one a couple miles back.
I've done that too.
I know. I thought to myself, I was like, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. And then I'm like, order. And I'm like, I did it. And then, so I did it at a stoplight, right? I know I'd be waiting there a while. So I did it at a stoplight, but then traffic was moving. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't think. So I was like, instead of trying to, just pull over, figure out how to cancel the order or whatever, I'm like, I'm just going to turn around and go back to this burger place. So I go, and I had put to pick it up through the drive-thru, but I thought, surely I can just get it at the counter.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be hard. I've had mishaps before, talked to people about it, figured it out. So I go, and I go up to the counter, and I wait a long time, and this guy comes up. And I do notice that this guy's got his arm in a sling, and he seems to be older and maybe not super with it.
Okay.
Which is why I did not go Ratchet. Okay. Trying to be understanding here. But the thing was, I was flustered. And I was like, I said, I ordered some food. I'm actually in a hurry. I was going to pick it up where I'm going, but I accidentally ordered here. Is there a way I can just pick it up at the counter instead of going to the drive-thru? So the guy was like, let me ask my manager. And he goes, I'm like, okay, he doesn't know. He didn't know. So he goes and talks to his manager, who's like maybe 10 feet from me, and I can see them have a conversation. And then he comes back. He said, my manager said we can't fill orders from other locations. And I'm like, no, like here on the app, I got it filled here. I'm just asking, can I pick it up at the counter instead of going through the drive-thru? Yeah. He's like, let me go ask my manager. And I watch him go and talk to him. And he comes back and he's like, he said, no, we can't. We can't do that. Like, you have to pay for it. And I said, I did pay for it in the app with my points. I'm freaking out here because I thought I was going somewhere and picking it up. And I'm in a hurry. And I just want to know if I can get it at the counter instead. And I show him again. It's like, okay, let me look at that order number. I'll go see if I can find it. So I'm like, so he goes and he's looking for it. And while he's looking for it, I look and I notice that it says, don't want to go through the drive-thru? Question mark. So I was like, oh. So I click it and I see how to say I want to pick it up at the counter. And then he comes back and he's like, he goes, I couldn't find it. Are you sure you ordered it here? And I was like, okay. So I actually figured this out on my own. And he's like, oh, can I see the order number? And it changed from like letters to like a number. Okay. He's like, oh, okay, yeah, I can do that. And he goes and he fills it and gives it to me and he comes back. And he goes, man, that took a while, didn't it? She's I was like, and I was like, channeling good vibes. I was like, yeah, it did. Thank you. Bye. Gotta go.
Like, well, damn. I don't have any words. Like, I don't even. Yeah. It's just like, I need to bypass you at this point. Come on.
Well, I thought several times about being like, can I talk to the man?
Let me be a cat right now.
Yeah. I just would be like, hey, I see you talking.
Just come over here. Let's bypass the middleman. Let's get this done.
I don't know. I was like, I just sort of like the family. I came when it was busy and all that kind of stuff. So, like, I see where I contributed to the chaos.
But it was chaotic from the beginning. However, I didn't think we needed an intellectual test to work fast food.
Hey, you know what? This guy was doing his best.
I say that, but I can honestly say 100%. I've never worked fast food.
Oh, I have.
I don't know if I could do it. I don't think, like, the chaos that I see that goes on behind the counter, I don't know if I could emotionally handle that.
I didn't emotionally handle it well, so they just took me back to do the dishes. They're like, here, wash stuff.
I'm good at that. I can do that.
Oh my gosh. But I was telling Mr. Sunny about this. And the thing is that, you know, if you tell your husband about a problem you had, they usually have advice. And the thing was, he was like, well, do you know what the problem was? And I was like, well, I bet you're going to tell me. And he was like, well, it was something along the lines of you gave them too much information. Like, you just need to come in and say, I need to pick up my order. He's like, there may have still been some back and forth, but he didn't really hear about you, like, running late and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like,
I get that. I could see that. Mm-hmm. However, you were just giving a backstory as to why you're here in front of him right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, I love you, Mr. Smith.
I love you too, Mr.
I'm out of coffee.
Time for the wine.
Time for the wine.
No, I mean, he is right. I complicated the situation. And I'm not saying like I did wrong here. I'm just saying like I was freaking out. And I guess what I was really frustrated about is that if, you have an app and you have people ordering from the app and stuff. It just would have been helpful if I had been able to deal with someone who is equipped to be helpful. I mean, this person just, he wasn't.
Maybe he was just, maybe it was his very first date and he was just doing his best. All right. I like your Ratchet story.
Thanks. Tell me a Sunny story.
I feel like I try to be Sunny all the time. Tell you a Sunny story. Oh my gosh.
Like Ratchet be a bitch.
I talk to patients all day long. I have to be Sunny. I don't need to know the whole history. Oh, that's, I mean, I love my patients. I really do. But I've got 50 more behind you. So, you know, they're at home at this point. They're at the doctor. If I'll call to get scheduling done. And they like to tell me exactly what's wrong, what their test was last time. They want to know what their blood work is. I'm like, and then they want to tell me their history as to why they're sick or why they're going for surgery. And I'm like, okay. So it will make me laugh. I'm trying to, this is me trying to be Sunny. I'm trying not to bitch too much. So that's my Sunny.
I love it. I feel like what you were describing as your patients, like telling you their life story, is kind of what I was doing to that burger place. Okay, so with this episode, we titled it Screaming into the Void, because life can feel like that a lot, you know, and I think that that's a reason that a lot of people kind of put their stuff out there on social media. People just want to be heard, you know. They just want to say, damn it, I exist and my struggles are real, you know. So
yeah, that's exactly the reason why that I wanted to do this, was because there's just so much chaos in this world right now, between little things, just like everyday life, to global things that are changing just all the time. And I can't make sense of it, because you can go to one site or read an article about it and then read another article and they differ. It's just, I have to talk. I have to be able to get it out somewhere. So here we are.
I mean, you know, I really, you mentioned the kind of looking and researching, and like, you know, it's said differently here than here. And for me, I feel like that's almost made me a little cynical with news. Like, on the one hand, I read a headline and I think, my God, how can that be? Like, we gotta, like, rise up if this is what's happening in the world. And on the other hand, I think about things that have been misconstrued in the media. I think, well, maybe we should do some research first, you know. I'm definitely glad for some of those sites where you can go and they'll kind of give you an idea of, you know, whether it's a liberal, you know, leans more liberal, leans more conservative, middle of the road, or fact checking. I almost think that might be a little bit of why things are the way they are, though, too, is like kind of that disbelief and, you know, people basing their beliefs on different sources, you know?
Yeah, because if you only follow like one news station, or I don't know, I can't think of anything right now, but like Yahoo News or something like that, you're only going to get one perspective. And it's honestly like, you can go to like the New York Times and read an article, and then it says, you know, where they got their information from, and you can go look that up. But it's just, there's so much information, and so much of it is based on other people's perspectives. So where do we find the truth? And that's why we're here. Because I don't know. So we're just going to talk about it.
Yeah. Can I be honest?
Yes.
There is another reason I want to do this.
Lisa?
Because I think because I just want to BS.
Yes. Yes.
I want to laugh even if nobody's laughing with me.
Yeah. Like, nobody's going to find us as entertaining as we find ourselves. And that's okay. But I hope we find it slightly entertaining.
So I don't know if I told you this, but when we kind of start talking about doing a podcast, I started thinking about, oh shit. So like I had this memory. Um, when my sister and I were young, we had a karaoke machine, and we are not talented musicians. I mean, I could karaoke, whatever. But we used this karaoke machine to just sing these songs into a karaoke machine. And we made like this tape for my aunt. And we were just like joking and goofing around, and we sent it off. We sent it off with my dad when I was going to visit my aunt and uncle. And we were just like, oh man, our aunt's gonna love this. And looking back, I remember we were like, just like, oh yeah. And then dad comes back, we're like, did she listen to it? Did she listen to tape? And he was like, oh yeah, yeah. She said, it's like y'all, kind of talking and stuff, playing some songs. I was like, so disappointed. Well, but here's the thing. It's like, I've heard this, I think, on American Idol or something once, or some show. And somebody explained to this person that was up on stage, they were like, you're having a me party. And that's great. But the whole world doesn't need to be invited to your me party. And I just was like, oh my gosh. Because, like my sister and I, we were not good. And we subjected our aunt, if she listened, to like a good hour and 30 minutes of our dumb jokes. Because, kid jokes, they're not good. Singing, not good.
But it was super sweet of you. That's sweet. I think if one of my nieces or nephews would, I would listen.
Yeah.
I might speak to somebody, but I'd listen.
Well, God bless her if she did.
I'm sure she did.
So for me, I feel like screaming or shouting into the void. I was like a very quiet kid for a long time. I was really like shy in crowds, anyways. Really shy in crowds. Now you get me like one on one or just like a few people. I love it. I'm ready to get to know you, hear your story.
The first time I met you.
Yeah, I know. Well, that was just magic. But yeah, I feel like, so when I was studying psychology and they talked about different kids as they grow up developmentally, and they talked about like the invisible child, I was like, yeah, like that was me. Because I was too, I guess, scared or shy. I feel like I was really able to talk to, like, in the neighborhood. We grew up around like a lot of older people. And then also I liked to babysit. So I felt like I had the skills to talk with older people. I felt like I had the skills to talk to young kids. But my age group, I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. When you have trouble talking to groups, big groups, or really kind of putting yourself out there, it can feel almost like when you do express yourself that you're screaming into the void. And I think, so it can work on that level for like an introverted or shy person. I feel like as women, a lot of times we feel like we're shouting into the void. And I know that like it's very difficult if you're not living it to understand something sometimes. But when you don't have that representation, like it means something to me to see women in leadership roles. And even my oldest speed racer, like he doesn't get it. He's like, why? And I'm like, because representation matters.
It does, yeah.
It's like seeing that, this isn't off the table for me because I'm a woman. It matters quite a bit. And so I think that as a woman, you can feel like you're screaming into the void. As an introvert, you can feel like you're screaming into the void. It's those areas where we feel like we don't have a voice,
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. I was definitely a quiet child. A happy wallflower is how I call it. I still am, unless you get me around people. And I'm okay with like you. I have my certain like my tribe is like very small for specifically that way. I chose it that way or I kept it that way because trust is an issue, and I have my tribe and I'm happy. But I will protect my tribe. So
Yeah. Yeah. You will. I remember. So let's just go ahead and say I did something dumb and I upset this extremely tall ex-military black man. You remember this?
yes.
And despite me being an idiot and in the wrong, like you were ready, like you got between the two of us. You were like ready to take your earrings off. Like you were thinking about how am I going to take this person?
This aggressive black man who was just like coming at us,
Angry.
rightfully so.
Yes.
But
And I was like, you were scared.
so
I was. Because like I was an idiot. It was a total accident. I didn't intentionally do anything to upset anybody. But
that's happened.
yeah.
And he was actually really cool. Like once he simmered down,
Cool guy.
he was fine, and we got him taken care of,
Yeah.
and everybody went their way.
Yeah. But I've even seen him on Facebook. He's a good guy. But yeah, friends with him on Facebook. Well, no, it suggests I'd be a friend. And so sometimes I go look because I'm like, how is this guy doing? Because, I kind of ruined his life for a few months. I will just say that I accidentally damaged his beautiful new truck.
With her beautiful new travel trailer.
Yeah, but it was my fault. So
It was still brand spanking new.
I know. Yeah. I was like, I'm all that is woman. I thought I could take a turn that I couldn't because I freaked out. And yeah. So anyway, yeah. You are loyal and ratchet as fuck. No, I'm like, this is it. Like, I have to have you in my life because I can't fight large black men. You're totally willing to do that.
I got you.
But then you like actually handled it with grace. You calmed him down. I was just like, I'm sorry.
And like I said, like he turned out to be totally cool about it. So
yeah.
but he did come up really aggressive.
I know. I was like,
That'd be horrible. Yeah, Mr. Sunny's. I know I took your wife out.
I know, right? Oh shoot! And you remember how I told you I was like, okay, like do not tell him that. And then we get home, and I think like right in front of you, he walks in the door, and the first thing I do is tell him that you did that. And you're like, what? I'm like, I can't lie.
Is it lying? Yeah, it is. I'm gonna recant it. It's okay. Yes, it's a lie. Because I was gonna say, is it lying if you just admit it? But yes, it is.
No, I feel like we should even talk about this at some point. I want this to be another episode, white lies that we tell other people we love, because there are some pretty funny white lies out there.
Yeah, no, you look great.
So the first time we met, it was like that meme, the when two introverts meet, that's those two fancy romantices, I feel like. I think we even, like, I say we. I don't know if it was us or just me, making a decision for you that we were soul sisters, but that.
It was shortly after that we were talking. I think we went on a walk, and then after that, it was kind of like, I don't know how the soul sisters started. It was you, definitely. Yeah, I just, like we're sitting by the fire and you're singing. So I'm like, okay, well, she's friendly.
Yeah. Oh, Lord, the singing. Sometimes it goes great, and sometimes people are like,
It's always great. And from those people. Fuck those people.
Yes, true.
Fuck out.
There's one time I was covering the front desk somewhere, and a lady needed copies made. I was talking to her, being real professional. I just copies. I started singing about how I was going to copy them. I don't remember how the song goes, but and I didn't think about it. She's like, "Sorry, what?" I was like, "Oh, I just was singing about the copies. I'm gonna go now." It's like I can't even explain myself here. Sorry.
And you see why she's Sunny?
Yeah,
She brings joy everywhere.
I do, right? Unless I damage your brand new truck, that's not so great. Yeah, but it worked out. It got fixed. It got fixed. Yeah.
At that point, I was your insurance lady too. So
Actually, you weren't.
I wasn't.
No, that's one of the reasons I decided to make you my insurance.
Oh,
I was like, like you guided me through that. You're like, this is the process. This is what you do. And like, yeah, I was like, for as much as I use you, might as well actually be your customer. So, anyways, I wanted to call my insurance agent and be like, would you find a tall black guy for me because this chick will.
that's winning.
Yes.
Honestly, being aggressive is I don't know. It's a release. If that makes any sense whatsoever at all. I mean, I know afterwards I usually feel a little embarrassed, but I was ready to go. I had some pent up emotions. So, and it's not like I go fist fighting. It's not like that. I don't want people to think that I'm over there just like from the hood. I'm not hood though. So
You're not the. I feel like you could be. More so than me.
I can adapt pretty well.
So, you're a survivor.
Thank you.
So are you.
I mean, life.
Life.
And nobody ever, like, everybody told us, like, oh, you know, when we were kids and we are like, I cannot wait to grow up so I can stay as late as I want, eat what I want. It was a fucking lie.
My kids try that with me now. I just can't wait till I grow up to do what I want.
I can't wait for you to grow up either.
No, I'm like, okay, start working and paying these bills then. No. I'm like, well, stay up as late as you want and then suffer when you have to go to work to pay the bills.
Or they pay the bills, even though you want to have fun. You still got to pay the bills. And you're kids and they have to eat 3 times a day, every day.
Yes. Then they have to wear clothes and then they grow out of them.
And I want the expensive toys when they get older.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I loved it when they were little and I could go to the store and they were happy with this, like, I don't know, these little packets of Legos that made certain figures. I know Gamer Boy was into, like, Halo. So
yeah.
I'd get in those little Halo Lego packets and he would just buy. And that was like $3.
Wow.
And now he wants like $70 games and $250 headphones.
Yeah, Speed Racer's the same. Yeah. Less so now that he's got a girlfriend. You better be careful with that toy.
No. I'm already a yaya. What are you going to be?
Don't, no, we're not going there. We are not going there. Not gonna happen. I'm like cursing myself so hard right now.
We're not throwing it out there. We're bringing it right back in.
Yes, we're not putting that out in the world. Oh, good grief.
So, you were around. Would you rather be the smartest or the funnest person?
I feel like I have a better chance of being the smartest than the funniest because I don't consider myself somebody with a quick wit, you know? So I'm gonna go with smartest, you know?
Well, then I'm differ on that. Because I mean, you've got some quick wit, and you're really funny. I find you very funny, and not funny as in short, but funny. Ah, just funny. You make me spit out my tea.
What about you?
I would prefer to be the smartest.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I mean, rarely ever happens, but I'm always feeling like I'm trying to like catch up in most situations. Like honestly, I'll try to comprehend what's going on around me while pretending to be totally understanding, and I'll take notes so I can go back later and figure it out.
You know, I think all we can do is like try our best, you know, because like I feel like I'm one of the reasons that I think I like data and stuff so much is that I am also afraid of looking dumb, you know? So I feel like I've got to like do this research and have something to back up what I say, you know? I don't know. I get it. Would you rather live in a world where you had to dance instead of walk or sing instead of talk?
Holy, can I pick both?
Life is like Broadway.
Exactly. How entertaining would that be? How could anybody have a bad day walking down the street in that mess?
Yeah, I mean, that sounds like fun. Walk down the hall at work, you know? Got to bounce in my step.
Oh my goodness. Can I say that I have no rhythm and definitely have no voice? But
Yeah. You be you. You be you, you know?
So yeah, that would be
glory.
I would my vote is both.
Okay.
We're gonna sing in the rain and dance in the rain.
I feel like that's fair. I feel like it's fair.
What about you?
Well, if I had to choose one, obviously we'd be sing instead of talk. Because I do that half the time anyway. But I do like the both answer. Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta bop around.
I think it would get out a lot of aggression. And it could be like, seriously, could you imagine people like dancing up to go and fist fight? Like, how could you get mad?
They're gonna have a dance battle.
Yeah,
It's gonna be like West Side Story or whatever.
it'd be so awesome. Everybody's singing and fighting. All right. So, would you rather live in a cabin or the beach?
I would go for the cabin, and here's why. Beaches are beautiful. I have a favorite beach, but also I have nightmares about tidal waves. But if you're in a cabin in the woods in the mountain, especially inland, that shit's not gonna happen. So, you know,
True, unless there's cryptid. That could be an issue.
like Bigfoot, and Yeti, or scarier. That's scary.
Or scarier.
Or scarier. No. No, it's not scary. It's fun. It's a fantasy world.
It's a fantasy world. Oh, okay. I would actually choose the cabin in the mountains too, but mostly because I am not a social person.
Just buy your own private beach. So that's not a problem.
I don't want the heat. I love the beach. I love the beach.
Mm-hmm.
I love the beach. But I'm not, I hate sweating.
Mm.
Not to say it wouldn't be hot during the summers up in the cabin in the woods. But hopefully I'm not by a lake. Private lake.
Right.
Because again, I'm in the woods to be away from society.
Mm. Here's a fun fact about me growing up. You're gonna get a lot of these little gems, but yeah. Do you know why I like to shower instead of bathe?
Why?
I saw a picture of a goblin shark, and that shit was scary. And I was like, that looks like it could fit in a bathtub. I will never bathe again. So thanks a lot, Ranger Rick. That terrified me.
I am so sorry.
Like seriously, it was like this dark purple body with these big old like yellow eyes. It was scary.
Because rats are amazing. I got a soaking tub when we remodeled our house,
Mhm.
and I absolutely love that.
Yeah, yeah.
Throw my music on.
I love that for you.
Mhm.
Yeah, not for me. Like, if you can't see through the bubbles, there might be tiny sharks in there.
Apparently for you, yes. I'm so sorry. Look at the nibble it off.
I don't know. Like, but seriously, I have an active imagination. And that is one of the things.
Yes, yes, you did. I love it though.
And I looked over here and I just saw the middle finger that twisted up like mid show. Oh, that makes me so happy. Irrational fears.
Okay, Hulk got those, that's for sure.
Ratchet.
Sunny,
Would you rather be able to talk to animals or speak 10 foreign languages?
animals. I mean, I'd like to do both, but animals.
Yeah, like nobody can do that.
I would love to be able to understand or, speak with animals. Could you imagine the stories that they've got to tell
Mm-hmm.
watching us roam around, acting a fool?
Yeah, like, so I would choose animals as well, I think. Because being a spy would be like fucking cool. Lovely.
Speaking 10 languages would be flipping amazing.
Yeah. But also, like, I don't know. Sometimes I think about, man, I would love to talk to animals. And then I look at my dog. You know it's what I'm talking about. You know. And I think all he's probably thinking about is either eating or poop. Is that what?
Well, wouldn't that be so cool to find out?
It kind of just guilt me every time I left the house.
You probably would, but he's so sweet.
Yes,
I don't blame him.
he's just the best cuddle buddy ever. Yeah.
He's definitely. I mean, both your dogs are awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, but the Chihuahua, she takes no shit.
I like her though.
I like her too. She is great. I'm just saying, what?
She's old though.
Yeah, she is older. She is older, and she is sweet, and I absolutely love her. She's badass. I'm just saying. Maybe conversations with her would be a lot more interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Although she'd be very ratchet, and she'd be talking about the effing mailman that came too close to the house, and people who walk their dogs, and the delivery guys, and yeah, she'd just be shit talking the whole time.
Perfect. She'd be my favorite.
It would be more interesting if I could.
I mean, I have cats, but I would love to know that, I would love to hear them talk about how, they own this house and they make the rules. Like when you're like, come here. And they just look at you like, you asked me to come, so now I'm not coming. I'm like, you know why? Like, what is it in their personality that is making them be so stubborn?
I feel like if a person could talk to cats, they still wouldn't talk back.
You know what? That's probably they're assholes. All right, Sunny. Would you prefer a time machine or to be able to teleport?
I want to say time machine, but I don't think I could handle that knowledge and it would make my brain explode because I would just go into the future and get anxiety. God, fuck it. I would still do a time machine. How about you?
Oh gosh. I think teleport.
Damn.
Yeah.
Where are you going to teleport to?
I don't know, Scotland.
Ooh. Yeah, I want to go to Ireland.
Ireland. My dad says we're Irish, but I don't think we are.
You want to go there and find out?
You want to pass to find out?
Ooh, yeah. See? You want a time machine?
I don't know. I've been fascinated with Scotland and its lore mostly.
And then upstairs.
Highlanders with the hills, broadswords on a hill, wind blowing their long hair. Yes, please.
You need almost like a Marilyn Monroe with this hot Scottish man, like, oh. Oh, that'd be fun.
And that rogue, I don't care. You can be mad at me. Yell at me, please. Sorry. Okay.
All right.
That's not the only reason why I want to go to Scotland. But it helps.
All right. Would you rather sip gin with Ryan Reynolds or shoot tequila with Dwayne The Rock Johnson?
Please? Thank you. That's not even a question. Yes. Give me the tequila and the rock. 100%. Oh my gosh. Can we put him in a kilt?
Yes.
What about Ryan Reynolds or hello, The Rock?
Okay, so like both would be just so great, you know? But gosh. I really, really don't like tequila.
That's what's gonna set you aside?
I'm telling you, I don't like it.
It's 2 seconds, it's just a shot. Do a pickleback. Just what? Do you want me to take it? Sorry. Okay.
Actually, sure. I'm so sorry. Whiskey on the table, then I'm in. Whoever's willing to do whiskey, that's the one I'm gonna drink with.
Ryan Reynolds, do you do whiskey? Because that's not The Rock.
I feel like he would. He would.
I think he would. And The Rock is probably like, I'm gonna go into hiding now. I promise I'm not a stalker yet.
Oh Lord. All right. Let me see. Read minds.
We're seeing to the future.
Ooh, this is a good one.
Mm-hmm. All right. Would you prefer to read a mind or see into the future?
So, I don't know if I want to do either, but if I had to choose, I think I would do read minds. And here is the strongest, like, for me. So I read the Red Queen series, and the guy that was like the seer that could see in the future, like, he was such a jackass, but also like just the seeing possible futures and what decisions will trigger this and that thing, and like, you know, seeing that, you know, this tragic event can bring about something else that needs to happen for the good of people. Like, that's too much shit. I don't want that.
You went deep.
I did.
Was I not supposed to? That's all high.
I don't know. I didn't.
I'm just like, I would never have gone there. And again, I didn't read The Red Queen, so. But
it's really good. Really good book series.
I would definitely want to see the future.
Yeah.
I know it would change. Like, the future is fluid. So, like, the path that I'm on currently, the choices that I've made currently, is the future that I would see. And if I alter it in any way, it would be different.
Mm-hmm.
But I would like to know if I'm on the right path or if I'm making mistakes and be able to fix that.
Would you rather go back to the past to meet your ancestors, or would you rather go into the future to meet your future generations, like your great-grandchildren and so forth, your descendants?
That is a hard one. I would, because I really would like to know more about my ancestry. I know, like, ancestry DNA, whatever. I would like to know more about that. My mom was adopted. You know, she was born on a reservation and then she was adopted out. But the fact that I don't really have a whole lot of knowledge about my tribe, I would love that. I would love to know more about it and know who my grandparents were, um, and all of that. I mean, I have names, but like I don't know them.
Yeah.
I've met some of my family from there, but I don't know. It's just I'm an awkward person in general. New situations and just very awkward. So it was in passing. But I'll let you know more.
Yeah.
But I'd also love to know my how my 'cause currently I have 6 grands, and I'd love to know how they grow up, if they're happy and healthy. I would love I want to live to be 110 years old and be this like matriarch of a grandmother who's just sitting on the porch in her rocker while all of her kids and grandkids and great grandkids come over for a holiday dinner. Like that is my dream. But yeah, so I'd love to know how. I don't know. That's a really tough question for me. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I want both. But what about you?
Yeah, I mean, it does seem like that. So, um, for me, I guess I am fortunate that I didn't have ancestors that were, ripped away from their home or anything like that. So there's that. And plus, my mother and grandmother did a really good job of kind of documenting, saving photos, genealogy. I know a lot of my history back to um, when they immigrated over here to the United States, like way back when. Um, so I feel like I would like maybe to just kind of go forward and see my descendants. And I think it's because I guess I'm a worrier and I want to know that everything turns out okay. But it's hard when your kids are going through something hard and you want to know that it's going to be all right in the end.
Yeah.
My answer.
Okay. I can accept that. Not that I have a choice. It is your opinion. It's out there.
As long as it's my opinion and you like it. Well, there you have it. Sunny and Ratchet talking about just whatever shit comes to our mind.
Apparently. But it had fun. I felt like we expressed the reason why we were wanting to start this, what we're here for, what we hope to bring, and the community we're wanting to start.
Yeah. And hopefully we don't end up just shouting into the void.
I want to shout in the void. So whether they listen or not, we're here. Still.
You know what? There you have it. I don't think I give a shit either. Let's just whatever. The finger doesn't care either.
So, thanks for watching. Subscribe.
Woo! And like. We did that out of order. Here's the shouting into the void.